Over 6,800 Dodge Chargers are sitting unsold at dealerships right now, 312 days on average. That's nearly a year of collecting dust while costing dealers hundreds monthly in interest. The Charger isn't alone. Ford Broncos, Infiniti QX80s, and thousands more are trapped in automotive purgatory. What really happens to these unwanted vehicles? Do they get crushed, shipped overseas? Today, we're exposing the hidden fate of cars that nobody buys. Hit subscribe because what you're about to learn will change how you negotiate your next car deal forever. The shocking truth about dealership finances. Here's something that's absolutely shocking. Dealerships don't actually own those cars on their lots. Crazy, right? Every vehicle is borrowed money. They use floor plan financing, taking out massive loans to stock their lots, just like you'd finance your car. And here's where it gets brutal. That beautiful $100,000 truck sitting unsold, the dealer is bleeding $400 to $600 every month just in interest. That's on top of insurance and lot space costs. They haven't made a penny yet, and the bills keep piling up. Industry standard says move inventory within 60 to 90 days. After that, it's no longer an asset, it becomes a liability. And get this, dealers can't return these cars like you'd return something to Amazon. Once they buy them, they're stuck. No refunds, no exchanges, they're watching their money drain away. Why so many cars go unsold? Car manufacturers are gambling with billions. They're looking at forecasts, trends, surveys, then betting on what people will want 6 months out. Sometimes they nail it, but other times, complete disaster. Look at the Ford Escape, nearly 58,000 unsold units sitting at dealerships, over 6 months of supply. Ford didn't forget how to make good cars. They completely misjudged demand, and it happens constantly. A car looks amazing in concept, wins awards, gets great reviews, and then crickets. We're seeing more vehicles at dealer lots than ever before. When 6,800 Chargers average 312 days on the lot, or Ford Broncos won't move, dealers get desperate. And that's when things get really interesting. Tactic number 1, the discount avalanche. First move, slash prices, but it's strategic. Start subtle. Special offers this month. If that doesn't work, manufacturers step in with 0% financing. Do you know how much they're losing? Millions in subsidized loans. Then cashback offers roll in $5,000, $7,500, sometimes $10,000 straight back. Employee pricing opens to everyone. Lease deals that make your jaw drop. Extended warranties thrown in free. They're throwing everything at the wall. Those 58,000 escapes? According to CarEdge data, dealers are stacking discounts on manufacturer incentives. A $35,000 escape drops to around $27,000. That's over $8,000 in savings, but only if you know to look for cars sitting there forever. They'll bundle free maintenance packages, crazy trade-in allowances, prepaid service plans, anything that feels like a steal without destroying their margins. But sometimes, even all of that isn't enough. Tactic number 2, the magic transformation. This tactic is honestly genius in a sneaky way. If a brand new car refuses to sell, dealers intentionally turn it into a used car. Yeah, on purpose. They add that stubborn vehicle to their service loaner fleet. You bring your car in for maintenance, they give you a loaner. That could be a brand new vehicle that wouldn't sell. Customers drive it for a few months, it racks up maybe 500 to 2,000 miles, and boom, legally it's now used. But here's the thing, it's practically still new. The psychology completely shifts. That $100,000 truck nobody would touch, listed as an $85,000 certified pre-owned vehicle, and suddenly buyers are interested. Same truck. But that pre-owned label makes it feel like a deal. Some dealers let sales managers drive slow-selling vehicles as demos for months. Car comes back with barely any miles, gets a price cut, and suddenly it's movable. Buyers love it because they're getting essentially a brand new car with warranty at a fraction of the price. It's actually a win-win. Tactic number 3, the great vehicle swap. Here's what most people don't realize. Not every car works in every market. A convertible in Florida sells like hotcakes. Same convertible in Minnesota during winter? Good luck. Massive 4-wheel drive truck in Texas? Gone in a week. Same truck in Manhattan? It'll sit forever. Dealers have built massive networks, and they trade vehicles like kids trading Pokemon cards. That luxury sedan gathering dust in New York, shipped to California where everyone wants one. Both dealers win. One clears dead weight, the other gets what customers want. Happens all the time with specialty models or unusual colors. Buffalo's convertible, Miami bound, Arizona's heated sedan, Boston's calling, San Francisco's huge diesel truck. Some Oklahoma dealer trades 3 compacts for it. It's geographic arbitrage, and it's honestly smart. Tactic number 4, The auction last stand when nothing else works. Auction. And this isn't sugar-coated. Auction is where dealer dreams die. It's brutal. Wholesale auctions happen daily, with thousands of vehicles changing hands. Most buyers have no idea this world exists. Two types: closed auctions, exclusive to franchised dealers of specific brands, keeps prices stable. Open auctions, complete chaos. Any licensed dealer can bid and prices plummet. This is where used car lots stock inventory at steep discounts. The king is Mannheim, owned by Cox Automotive. If a car sits unsold long enough, there's a good chance it ends up there. And honestly, some dealership will eventually buy it. Here's the painful part. Auction vehicles almost never sell for full price. That $100,000 truck might only bring $75,000. The dealer just ate a $25,000 loss, plus months of interest and fees. It hurts. But you know what hurts more? Paying $600 a month indefinitely with no end in sight. Want something wild? Rental car companies are some of the biggest auction buyers. Enterprise, Hertz, Budget, scooping up massive volumes. That car you rented on vacation? There's a very good chance it started as a slow-selling dealership vehicle auctioned off at a loss. Crazy when you think about it. Cars that never make it to showrooms. Here's where it gets weirder. What happens when manufacturers realize they've massively overproduced before cars even reach dealerships? Like the recent EV oversupply. Thousands of electric vehicles with nowhere to go. Storage facilities, massive lots in the middle of nowhere where thousands of brand new cars just sit and wait. You can see these on satellite images, acres of perfectly lined vehicles waiting for demand that might never come. Some sit for months, some for years. It's eerie. Then international exports. That sedan Americans won't touch? Considered luxury in South America, Africa, or Asia. Manufacturers ship entire batches overseas where markets actually want them. In extreme cases, they'll actually scrap brand new cars. Sounds wasteful, but here's their logic. Selling at massive discounts damages brand reputation more than destroying them. They'll dismantle vehicles, salvage parts, recycle materials, and write off the loss. Protecting brand value is worth more than recovering short-term costs. What this means for you. Next time you see that same car sitting at a dealership month after month, you'll know. It's not staying forever, but its journey might not be what you'd expect. Every car eventually sells, but the path can be wild. Understanding this hidden system is literally the difference between overpaying and getting the deal of a lifetime. If this video opened your eyes to how this industry really works, smash that like button. Drop a comment and tell us about the best car deal you've ever negotiated. We genuinely want to hear your stories. And subscribe for more insider knowledge that'll save you money. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.